This is Q2 to Jamaica 165th Street Terminal. This stop is Hempstead Avenue and 225th Street. Next stop, Hempstead Avenue and 224th Street. This stop is Hempstead Avenue and 224th Street. Next stop, Springfield Boulevard and Hempstead Avenue. Transfers available to Q27, Q27 Limited, Q83, Q83 Limited and Q110. This stop is Springfield Boulevard and Hempstead Avenue. Next stop, Springfield Boulevard and Hollis Avenue. Transfers available to Q27, Q27 Limited, Q83 and Q83 Limited. This stop is Springfield Boulevard and Hollis Avenue. Next stop, Hollis Avenue and 217th Lane. This stop is Hollis Avenue and 217th Lane. Next stop, Hollis Avenue and 217th Street. This stop is Hollis Avenue and 217th Street. Next stop, Hollis Avenue and 215th Street. This stop is Hollis Avenue and 215th Street. Next stop, Hollis Avenue and 212th Place. This stop is Hollis Avenue and 212th Place. Next stop, Hollis Avenue and 211th Street. This stop is Hollis Avenue and 211th Street. Next stop, Hollis Avenue and 207th Street. This stop is Hollis Avenue and 207th Street. Next stop, Hollis Avenue and Francis Lewis Boulevard. Transfer available to Q77. This stop is Hollis Avenue and Francis Lewis Boulevard. Next stop, Hollis Avenue and 205th Street. Transfers available to Q4, Q4 Limited, Q77, Q83 and Q83 Limited. This stop is Hollis Avenue and 205th Street. Next stop, Hollis Avenue and 203rd Street. This stop is Hollis Avenue and 203rd Street. Next stop, Hollis Avenue and 201st Street. This stop is Hollis Avenue and 201st Street. Next stop, Hollis Avenue and 199th Street. This stop is Hollis Avenue and 199th Street. Next stop, Hollis Avenue and 197th Street. This stop is Hollis Avenue and 197th Street. Next stop, Hollis Avenue and 195th Street. This stop is Hollis Avenue and 195th Street. Next stop, Hollis Avenue and 104th Avenue. This stop is Hollis Avenue and 104th Avenue. Next stop, Hollis Avenue and 100th Avenue. This stop is Hollis Avenue and 100th Avenue. Next stop, Hollis Avenue and 99th Avenue. Transfers available to Long Island Railroad and Q3. This stop is Hollis Avenue and 99th Avenue. Next stop, Woodhull Avenue and 190th Street. Transfer available to Q3. This stop is Woodhull Avenue and 190th Street. Next stop, 188th Street and Jamaica Avenue. Transfers available to Q3 and Q110. This stop is 188th Street and Jamaica Avenue. Next stop, 188th Street and 90th Avenue. This stop is 188th Street and 90th Avenue. Next stop, 188th Street and 89th Avenue. This stop is 188th Street and 89th Avenue. Next stop, Hillside Avenue and 187th Street. Transfers available to N1, N6, N6X, N22, N22A, N22L, N22X, N24, N26, Q1, Q3, Q17, Q17 Limited, Q36, Q36 Limited, Q43, Q43 Limited, Q76 and Q77. This stop is Hillside Avenue and 187th Street. Next stop, Hillside Avenue and Avon Street. This stop is Hillside Avenue and Avon Street. Next stop, Hillside Avenue and 179th Street Subway. Transfers available to E&F trains. N1, N6, N6X, N22, N22A, N22L, N22X, N24, N26, Q1, Q3, Q17, Q17 Limited, Q36, Q36 Limited, Q43, Q43 Limited, Q76, Q77, Q110 and X68. This stop is Hillside Avenue and 179th Street Subway. Next stop, Hillside Avenue and Edgerton Boulevard. This stop is Hillside Avenue and Edgerton Boulevard. Next stop, Hillside Avenue and 172nd Street. Transfer available to X68. This stop is Hillside Avenue and 172nd Street. Next stop, Hillside Avenue and 169th Street. Transfers available to F train. N1, N6, N6X, N22, N22A, N22L, N22X, N24, N26, Q1, Q3, Q17, Q17 Limited, Q30, Q31, Q36, Q36 Limited, Q76 and Q77. This stop is Hillside Avenue and 169th Street. Next stop, 165th Street and 165th Street Terminal. Transfers available to N1, N6, N6X, N22, N22A, N22L, N22X, N24, N26, Q1, Q3, Q6, Q6 Limited, Q8, Q9, Q17, Q17 Limited, Q36, Q36 Limited, Q41, Q76 and Q77. This stop is 165th Street and 165th Street Terminal. This is Q2 to Jamaica 165th Street Terminal.